Hello, this is Iron Bill back again with another video, and it's been a week since I've made a video, so I thought I'd put one out. I played a little PvP over the weekend, and I apologize for not putting out more videos, but the weather has turned nice, and I have a lot of outside honeydew stuff to do. Believe me, I've been super busy. And it's a good thing, you know. I enjoy being outside and all that stuff, but it does take me away from the indoors and gaming. So hopefully we're getting a lot of the spring stuff out of the way, my wife and I, and I'll get back to gaming a bit more regularly. And there's not a lot going on in the game anyway. Onslaught to me is just not very much fun, and I've done enough to keep up with the weapons, whatever. But I'm not going to farm them hard like a lot of people are doing. I'm just not going to do it. It just doesn't interest me. So I've been playing some sixes and with mixed results. I mean, and I'm going to go ahead and roll this here. You can see this is a match that was just completed. We lost, and I lost most of my matches over the weekend, by the way. But you know, this was close. I mean, it wasn't a terrible match. I think we even actually led for some of it. So good back and forth, and I don't mind these, and I don't mind losing. But this was, I think, on, I don't know, maybe Friday morning, something like that. And then Saturday I played again, and oh my gosh, I don't think I won out of 10 games more than 2 or 3. You know, it just, that's just the lobby balancing matchmaking thing, and it's all right. So here we are on Jav 4. Something I am working on, aside from the many things that people are trying to help me with, is running a few of the more meta weapons and see if I can actually acquire some skills with them. And I typically go asymmetrical warfare, and that is I don't really try to match meta for meta, because I figure that if a person's a better player, if I'm using the same weapons, I'm really not, you know, doing anything but playing into their hands, I guess. And that may be a twisted way of looking at it, but I think doing something unexpected is probably better in the long haul than just following along and doing what everyone else is doing. So anyway, of course I can get clubbed too, which I do often. You see here that I am playing the cover, soft cover, as one of my tutors has pointed out, and that is that I'm just kind of playing out of sight, and I'm ducking in and out, and just breaking line of sight. I'm out there a little too far right now, but I do have my reticle in about the right place, and I'm just trying to hold this lane down because we have control of B right now, and as long as I kind of hold on to this, you know, we're doing okay. But they're going to make a determined effort to push, and I was doing fine up to this point in time. I see red all over the radar. He is pursuing, and instead of continuing out the right, I take the bait for the heavy. This guy's running crimson. He kills the guy next to me. Even though we're team shooting, he gets some of his health back, and it's just enough to save him from my messenger. Plus, that's not a very good range for messenger. I might have been better off closing on him and using the Helio that I have. The Helio that I'm using has kill clip, heal clip. It's actually a very outstanding roll on this. I see that I'm losing that fight. I'm going to duck out of here quick. He's going to pursue at least line of sight for a second. I need a chance to recover. Now I can get back into this. I put some on him. There's another fellow right there. I know the one that I was chasing is still to my right. I'm going to give it a second. Peek around the corner. He's not there anymore. Let's push for B again. And I just missed my shot there. Just a terrible job. This is what I should have done in the first place. Helio. Once I close within that range, anything within, say, 10 meters or so should just be pure Helio. I mean, maybe even further out. And I haven't really learned the distance on that particular roll of the Helio yet. It might hit a little farther out, but I think beyond 15 meters, I'd be pushing it pretty hard. All right, so the team is pushing for C, and I realize that sitting back and holding the zone, even though it's probably the smart thing to do since we have zone control, isn't going to do it. Our team is the makeup of the players that I'm playing, the randoms I'm playing with, is that they want to keep pushing for zones rather than control area, I think. So as long as they're doing that, you know, I'm going to have to play along with them. All right, so I'm going to try to hold B down for a second. And Messenger's really good at this point. I think I've got Headseeker on this one, which is, for a pulse, especially a hard-hitting one like this, I think that's the play. I think that's what I would prefer. Okay, so I'm just getting some damage on people here, but it's enough to make them back off. And if I'm playing to win, you know, I'm going to get some team shot. I'm going to get some assist. But most of all, we're going to control the zone. Now, they're taking C. You can see that now. So my team is going to push for A. And I don't know if this is the time I decide to stay here or push. Oh, I look over the edge. This guy's got heavy. We let him get heavy, so he hammerheads me off of that. I didn't position myself very well up there. I stood up there completely in the open, and I saw the light, and I still haven't figured out what those lights mean necessarily. I'm going to be honest with you. So that light should have told me that he had heavy, and I wasn't going to be able to win that fight. But, you know, nonetheless, I took it, and I lost. All right, so we got team fire on this zone. We are losing A, so they're getting zone control. That means they're going to be coming from A in a second. So I turn over here, and I think I push ahead with these guys here in just a second. I think that's what happens. Too late to get a shot on that fellow? Really. Kind of controlling this area for just a second. I take a couple of hits, decide to get off of there, obviously. And I wasn't quite sure where that shot was coming from. But the radar says straight ahead. So this guy is running a heavy, or super, and I shut him down with my super. He gets me, but I get him. Unfortunately, he got a couple of our guys before I got him. Now they're beginning to close it down because they are beginning to cover zones, and we're not doing a very good job protecting two zones. And that's what I was talking about earlier, is that I felt like our team would have been better off trying to control the map than to just constantly fight for zones. Okay, we did the right thing and team shot that super down. I'm going to drop a well here, play a little cover. They've got team shots there. I have to make sure that I'm fully healed before I stick my head out there. And if I can just chip down like I'm doing now and just get it down to where it's one person, I can make the push on this. And eventually I think I do. All right, so we got one guy coming. I'm going to back up a second because I knew it was a super. He's not going to come at me because I pretty much had him. I had his shield broken. All right, so now we need to make a play for B. We've got a guy here to the left. He's dead. We need to push in there. So let's go. Let's do it. Get on the zone. Let's get two zones. We'll worry about that heavy in a second. And I think I see that we got a person making a play for it. I need to get him down so he doesn't get out of there with it, which is what we do. Now, I don't like to play behind the rocket here very much because I feel pretty exposed, but it's actually a pretty good place if you play it right. I've got my heavy now. Let's see what I can do with that. How many kills can I get with the Hammerhead? And I do love the Hammerhead. There's one. Sat out there too long, didn't I? Really just asked for that. So I've got 19 rounds left. I know he's going to come back, and there he is. There's two. I still have 11 rounds. Bouncing all over the place again. I've got 4 rounds left, and it was just enough. So I got 3 kills off of that. That's pretty good for heavy. Now, if that had been any other LMG, I probably wouldn't have been able to pull those kills. And I do like that Hammerhead. Okay, so I should have had the Helio out right before his feet even hit the ground. So I kind of messed that up a little bit. And heal clip, kill clip. Now watch. This is really bizarre. I'm trying to shoot those things down. Then I realize I'd better start shooting this guy, or it's all over. And somehow get out of that. Now I had a teammate there to help me team fire him. And I think that's why we got him. But that guy should have had us cold. Alright, so am I playing well, or are they just bad enemies on the other side? I don't know. Maybe a little both. I've made some dumb mistakes, but I'm controlling an area the way I need to, I think. Okay, so they've got A again. And then I make a dumb mistake here. I think I put a well down here. I see that because I know they're going to come from that direction. I ignore the radar to my left because I've got teammates to the left, and I think I'm safe. Well, I'm clearly not. And I'm an easy kill for 3 enemies in a bubble. Just didn't have to happen. I mean, the radar was clear, and I just need to read that radar a lot clearer. Also, it was relying on people with whom I couldn't communicate. And I'm not going to blame them for going for a zone or anything like that. I mean, that's my fault for not reading the radar. But, you know, I made the mistake of thinking I could count on them to cover that flank, and it's just not necessarily true. Now, obviously, I'm trying to hold down the heavy here and kind of play this area. We got a guy, I'm going to play Ring Around a Rosie with him. Create some separation. He's going to jump back. Lucky there were two of us there. He got his melees off faster than I would have. The heavy has been pulled. 141 to 105. And work around. Team fire. Team fire. Now, I did the right thing to just kind of back off of that, because see, that would have killed me. One more shot and those threadlings, and I would have been done. So I did the right thing to pull back. Probably not as fast as I should have, but I pulled back. Okay, so somebody to my right now was putting shots on me. I think the teammate just killed him. And that's the victory. So there you go. So this match to me was a mixed bag. Messenger, I'm really starting to like it. I'm also using Elsie's rifle, and they're both in the same archetype. One's in the energy slot, one's in the kinetic slot. I'm actually thinking I'm liking the messenger better, but it just could be the role that I have. Both of the roles that I have very similar stats. They both have Headseeker. It may be the scope. I don't know. But I am liking the messenger quite a bit. It's not an adept. I don't have enhanced traits on either one of the guns, so I think the playing field is very level. As far as that goes. Love the heliocentric. It's pretty reliable as long as I can get the shots on the head. And the hammerhead, I just can't say enough about that. I love the hammerhead. So in terms of my play over the weekend, you know, as the French say, comme ci, comme ça. I mean, there were some good moments, there were some bad moments. I, you know, obviously had a pretty good match there before with 33 defeats, but a lot of those were assists, let's face it. And you know, I was playing the zone the way I needed to. Did I break down distance, which is something I need to work on, between myself and an enemy that I was trying to press? No, it's still a big hole in my game. It's something I'm going to have to work on. And one more thing I've been thinking about doing is featuring like a weapon that, or at least an archetype that I think I want to try to master. I've been thinking about hand cannons. I've been using the Rose a little bit. I've got one with explosive payload that's actually pretty good. My midnight coups, I'm not real super happy with, but I'm too lazy to farm for a better one. So I don't know. If I happen to land on a better one, that's okay. I'm kind of saving up my all my resources for next week, because I think Not Forgotten drops next week, pretty sure. And I think I want to get my hands on a good roll of one of those. I think that's where we go next. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be bringing more to you. And, you know, with that said, I want to thank you for watching, and this is Iron Bill signing out.